everyone, it's Marisa from bumblebeeapothecary.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make GAPS approved almond flour and also how to ferment almond flour for recipes on the GAPS diet. Almond flour is one of the most popular alternative flours that's used for baking on the GAPS diet, and there are a couple things to know to properly prepare it so that your body has the easiest time possible digesting it, and then also to unlock those nutrients so that your body can get more nutrients out of it. So let's jump in, and first I'm going to show you how to make almond flour. So here I have some almonds that I have first fermented and then dried. Depending on the order of videos, I think by the time you see this video, I should already have a video out on how to ferment and then make crispy nuts or dry almonds. So that's what I did, and I'll link that video below so you can see how I did that. So next we're just going to grind these and make almond flour out of them. So I'm just going to put 2 cups. You can do 2 or 3 or 4 cups at a time. So I'm going to do 2 cups of my crispy almonds into my food processor. You can also use a high-powered blender like a Blendtec or Vitamix for this step. And then we're just going to blend or process carefully. You don't want to process too much, or else it will easily turn into nut butter, but just enough until it gets a nice flour consistency. Okay. So it's still a little bit on the coarse side, but we're getting close. All right, I'm gonna stop there because I'm starting to see it want to kind of pile up at the edges like it does right before it wants to turn to nut butter. So this is a really good flour meal, almond flour consistency. Next, I'm going to show you how to ferment this almond flour so that you can get the, like I said, maximum nutrients and benefits from it, and so that your body can have the easiest time digesting it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the almond flour into a bowl. And then depending on what type of a recipe that you're planning to use this almond flour for, you will have some type of a liquid fermented portion most likely. And so you'll want to think about what that is, and now is the time to mix yogurt or kefir or whey with the almond flour and then let that sit and ferment. You can let it sit for 12 hours, 24 hours, several days. The longer that it sits, the more it's going to be broken down and pre-digested in a way, and easier for your body to digest. Also, a really nice thing about fermented almond flour or other kinds of nut flours is that they make a much fluffier baked good in the end than if you use unfermented nut flour. So then, whatever portion of that fermented part of your recipe you'll just add, I'm going to just eyeball this time, because that's what I do a lot of the time. And I'm just going to be adding enough to where the kefir and the almond flour are going to just come together in kind of a thick batter. Most of the time, that's what this part of your recipe is going to look like. So they just mix together thoroughly so it's very well incorporated. And then we're just going to cover that with a towel and then let it sit, preferably in a warmish place if you have one, or just at room temperature on your counter, for overnight, 24 hours, 48 hours, several days. All those work fine. The longer it sits, the more fermented it will be, and then you'll just follow the rest of your recipe, add the rest of your ingredients, and you're good to go. So when you have the 2-step process like this, where you're fermented your almonds and dried them ahead of time, and then you're fermenting the flour, that's really great because you're getting double the fermentation of the nuts to make them easier to digest and unlock those nutrients so your body has an easier time using them. Now, why would you want to go through the trouble of making your own almond flour when you can buy big bags of it already at the store? Well, nuts oxidize and go rancid very quickly, especially when they're ground. And if you think about it, there's those big bags of almond flour sitting like at Costco, for example, or health food stores or whatever, under fluorescent lights in the store for who knows how long. So they're not going to be the best quality ingredients that you could choose. You're going to get such a higher quality product if you just follow a few simple steps like I showed you here and just make it yourself. So you can avoid the rancid oils and things that are actually kind of harmful and get a much higher quality ingredient. So that's why you definitely, on the GAPS diet, you want to do it yourself whenever possible and skip the store-bought flours. You'll just have much better results. So I hope that you enjoyed that. If you did find it helpful or interesting, give it a thumbs up. Share it with anybody else who you think would like to see how to make their own almond flour and ferment their own nut flour at home. Be sure and check out that description box for my favorite place to buy high quality raw almonds that are truly raw, and also some free ebooks and other goodies. I have a free GAPS Diet Getting Started guide, so check out the description box for lots of goodies. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.